Your resume is often the first point of contact between you and a potential employer, so it's important to make a good first impression. Unfortunately, many job seekers make common mistakes that can lose their chances of getting hired, even how qualified they are. Hi, this is Hannah from Tutor, and here are the 7 resume writing mistakes that will keep you unemployed. Number 1. Typos and grammatical errors. No matter how impressive your professional achievements may be, an employer will not give you a second glance if your resume is riddled with typos and grammatical errors. This is one of the quickest ways to get your resume sent straight to the reject pile. So before you submit your resume, be sure to proofread it several times, or better yet, have a friend or a professional take a look at it for you. Number 2. Inconsistent use of verbs. If you start using verbs in past tense to describe your responsibilities in one section, don't switch to using present tense in another. Not only it is confusing, but it also makes you look like you're not sure what you did in your previous positions. Be consistent throughout your resume, and if you need help, consult a dictionary or a thesaurus for some alternative action verbs. Number 3 is using first-person pronouns. When you use first-person pronouns like I or my, it sounds like you're the one who will benefit from getting the job, not the employer. Stick to using the third-person pronouns and avoid sounding selfish. So instead of focusing on what you want, focus on how you have helped your previous company and how you will help the company you're applying for to achieve their goals. Number 4. Using jargon or acronyms. When writing your resume, it's important to use language that is clear and concise. Unfortunately, many job seekers make the mistake of using jargon or acronyms in an attempt to sound more impressive. However, these terms often do more harm than good. Example, if in your previous job, ACT meant atomic components of thought, it's also a standardized test for high schoolers called the American College Testing. While we know it's tempting to save space by using an acronym, but if there's any ambiguity about what it stands for, you're better off spelling out the phrase completely. In the same way, don't assume that technical language always adds polish to a resume. Sometimes it might only create a confusion, because usually, the first person to screen your resume isn't always an expert in the field, so it's best to be clear, accessible, and as always, absolutely engaging. By using language that is easy to understand, you'll make it easier for hiring managers to see why you're the right candidate for the job. Number 5. Failure to customize your resume to the job. When a hiring manager looks at your resume, they should be able to immediately see how your skills and experience fit the job they're trying to fill. If your resume doesn't make that connection clear, you'll likely be passed over in favor of a candidate whose resume is better matched. To customize your resume, start by carefully reading the job description. Make a list of the key requirements and qualifications mentioned, and then ensure that your resume highlights your matching skills and experience. For example, if the job description calls for strong written communication skills, make sure to mention your experience writing reports or creating marketing materials. If you don't have direct experience that matches the job requirements, think about transferable skills and accomplishments that could be relevant. By making connection between your skills and the job requirements, you'll make it easier for hiring managers to see why you're the right candidate for the role. Number 6. Listing too much information. Your resume should be a snapshot of your experience and qualifications. So resist the urge to include everything you've ever done. Stick to the most relevant information and leave off anything that doesn't directly support your job application. Make sure it's applicable to the position you're applying for. Otherwise, you'll just end up overwhelming the hiring manager. And lastly is number 7, Not making use of keywords. In today's digital world, many companies use applicant tracking systems or ATS to sort and score resumes. These systems are designed to identify resumes that are best matched for a job, and they do this by scanning resumes for certain keywords. If your resume doesn't include the right keywords, it may never make it out of ATS and into the hands of a human reader for possible interview. To ensure your resume makes it past the ATS, start by carefully reviewing the job description. Make a list of any relevant skills or qualifications mentioned in the description, and then be sure to use those same terms in your resume. By avoiding these common resume writing mistakes, you'll be well on your way to landing your dream job. If you want to learn some writing tip by using strong verbs that could make an impact in your resume, be sure to check out this video. I hope you learned a lot, and please don't forget to subscribe. See you next time!